I've never done this. I've never streamed with a synth. I have a rough idea what I want to patch, but I haven't actually prepared anything. As you can see, the synth is entirely blank. Please let me know how the audio levels are specifically, because I will try to not talk over the music as much, but we will have to like listen to a bunch of stuff while I'm patching. And since this is a very, very new setup for me, I have no idea. I even hit my mic. It's so unusual for me to have the mic in this position. We will see how this one goes. Christmas was fine, thanks, Davey. I spent it, as I usually do, with like a Chinese hot pot, watching my Christmas movie, which is Hawkfather, has been for many, many years. And it was just very, very nice. A very chill Christmas, which is how I prefer it. Okay. I want something sort of relaxing. We put the mic over here. The mic is also blocking half of the synth. I have to kind of patch around that. My idea for this was a patch focused on the After Later Audio Beehive, which is a Mutable Instruments Platts clone. Work around that a little bit. We can use both the main out and the aux out, and have something like quantized, heavily drenched in reverb, just like a nice chill scene. We'll see if we actually achieve that. Sometimes I patch something and it doesn't really work. I'll be completely honest. But yeah, I have the board quartet here that we will use for some quantization. Actually, let me put in some notes. Sure. That should be nice. Okay, I have to kind of... Actually, let me get my big stack of patch cables over here so I can reach them easier. Okay, so my idea was to have 3 voices, maybe a 4th voice with some noise as like a filler. I like to do that. And I'm probably not going to use the After Later Audio cloaks here as a VCA, probably more like a performance mixer, because it's easier to handle than the XXM, which is 2 knobs per channel, per stereo channel. Makes it more difficult to play on the fly. Let's just see. Actually, I want to tune my oscillators first. It's not noise. Noise is something different. Noise is this. That's noise. Okay, let me go that. And then I do want to use my Rides in the Storm dog as a second oscillator. But I don't think they're tuned yet, so I should probably do that first. Because these are like free form oscillation. Pretty much, they don't, unless you put specific node information into them that tells them that you want like a 12-tone system, like the Western system of music, you can just freely tune those. Like you would do with a guitar. There's like the tuner. If you detune it, you still can play 12 notes, but they don't really fall in line with everything else that you're playing. So I have to tune the oscillators to be in tune with each other. Let's see, I think maybe these should be pretty similar already. Kinda. There we go. We probably have to check that later. The Rides in the Storm DOC is an analog oscillator, and they tend to go out of tune a little bit. I feel this one's pretty stable from what I experienced so far, but when the synth warms up, the analog components can kind of shift, and maybe it will detune after that. But yeah, we got the tuning done already. Nice. We are almost like 5 minutes into this. Oh my god, I'm slow. I haven't decided on any like model for the Beehive yet. Let's talk quantization. Like the bot quartet will be my quantizer. It's been my quantizer for about a month now, and I'm really loving it. And we're keeping it pretty simple with it. We're probably only going to have we're only using one channel. We are maybe using like 2 harmonies. I don't know. We'll see. How do these detune? These are analog components. So like analog electrical components. When they get warm, the flow of current changes in a minimal way. And so analog oscillators detune when they get warm. And they can also detune when they're like on for too long, when they get too much current, a multitude of different things. The Beehive is a digital oscillator that stays in tune the entire time unless something's like wrong with it. I could also use like the Pico VCO, which I have, which is also a digital VCO, digital oscillator, which I will use if the DOC like goes wildly out of tune, but I don't think it will. I like to use the Ritual Electronics Amnist as my main like sequencer. It's one of my favorite modules. Because I feel like it generates very organically, especially when put through a quantizer. Let's see which CV out we use. Let's use the all first. Analog sounds warmer. You could argue. I mean, this is like a very hot debate in the community. Like in all audio community, digital versus analog is a big thing. Digital oscillators have a lot of benefits, like staying in tune and giving you a wide variety of sounds. While analog, there's still something to analog circuits, right? That give you a very like warm, natural sound, even though none of these sounds are natural. But it's pretty much, how would you say, a matter of preference. And I like to have both of them. And I use both of them pretty regularly. For a bass line, I want to mold this one. So one goes into the Beehive volt per octave. This is weird. Working around the microphone. And one goes into my little Afterlight Audio SHTH for a sample and hold. It's kind of like analog versus electric instruments. Yeah, they create different sounds. They have different characteristics. And it is a matter of preference. But then it would be my face. I thought about that, but I don't think that would be fun to have like something blocking my half of my face the entire time. I could maybe mount it from the top, but this room still isn't like really, even though I have acoustic panels, this is still a very echoey room. So I can't put the mic too far away from my mouth. That would be the best way to like have it up here. Hey, I hope you come at least a little bit from my face. Okay, because I'm right. Thank you. Let's get this out. I want to get this to the Rise and Storm dock. I will get out here. Let's use both the triangle and the pulse wave. And let's just get the main voices ready. Where do I want to VCA this? This has a VCA. I haven't really used it. Let's see. And then probably in here because that's a bass line. Where do I want to put this? You got Star Wars Outlaws for Christmas. That's awesome. I hear it's a great game. I've seen a lot of good clips. Yeah, my tattoo really shines in this one. Probably want to put this into the Pico DSP, maybe for some reverb. And let's put that in channel 1. I like to have the bass in channel 1. It's still something I have from my, like, why did I even patch these? I have from my audio engineer, like live engineer days. Why is my water so far away? Because you usually have like the drums and then the bass and then all the other instruments on your keyboard. Not on your keyboard, on your mixing console. What's in my no, it's not really that interesting what's in my fridge. Spider tattooed on the inside of one's hand. Every time you look at your hand, it would be there watching. I'm sure some people have that or something like that. Okay, let me just get this again. See, this is one of the like interesting things about modular. Now I have to figure out why there's no sound. Of course, because I have something plugged into the volt per octave. Probably get rid of that for now. Okay, that's nice. That's a nice little like bass sound. You go in here. We keep you off for now. A tattoo with a banner that says "Hug me." Okay, let's see. It's kind of hard when you don't like think this through. I pretty much have the bass sound ready now. Let's see, I want the main out of the beehive to go through a filter, of course. I'm using the Mr. Filter from Create Audio, which is not my favorite filter. I will probably replace it at some point. But right now it's what I have. That in here. And definitely want to do that. Put that in my tip-top audio Z-verb, which is right now my reverb module of choice. I am getting an effects aid, a Happy Nerding effects aid, very soon. I'm really looking forward to that. But until then, this is my main reverb module. And let's put the aux out of the beehive. through a wave folder. I have the instru R through here. And I can put it in the Banjolin as a filter. How did I learn to do this? This is like, I said it multiple times. This is the nerdiest shit I'm into. Like I'm in a lot of nerdy shit. This is by far the nerdiest shit I'm into. It took a while, and I'm still, for some of these modules, I still don't understand everything. That's the thing. While some of these modules are pretty easy to grasp, some of them are insanely complicated and pretty much an instrument in their own right. And it took hours. This is why I upload a patch every single week to YouTube. It's not because I like every single one that I upload. It's because I want to learn how my system works and find my style. So I do a patch every single week and I upload it to YouTube because that's like an accountability system for me, right? If I say to myself, I upload a patch every single week, that's like a nagging voice, in the back of my head that tell me, oh, you should do that. It is, yeah, again, it's a very nerdy thing. Okay, let's go from the Banjolin. Where even can I put you? I think the disting is on a reverb right now. Yes, okay. So we can also use this. And then, but yes, it does get convoluted and it also gets messy. Like my patching is incredibly messy and I know that. Okay, but in theory, these are my three voices. Why is that so high? Let me see. It's this, into this, into this, into this. I want to tune it now. Oh, right, because again, volt per octave. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man. C is still in tune. Still in tune. Very nice. Okay, now comes one of the fun parts. I want to get my quantization ready. So for that, I need some data, which I'm probably going to get from the Oct Expander. Do I want some triggers also from the Oct Expander? Sure, let's just try it at first. That's pretty high. I don't want it that high. I actually probably should attenuate it. Or give me a different source. I know there's an attenuator, like I know there's an attenuator in the Bard Quartet, but I haven't used it yet, so I have to patch around it. Which is not something you would usually do. But I'm gonna do it now because I'm too lazy to learn on stream. It's a lot of cables, by the way. Get used to seeing a lot of cables. It's part of the fun. Well. Or maybe we can use... Actually, it's probably easier to use noise. Wait, that's not what I want you to do. No, but it's also a lot of... It's also a lot in cables, yeah. Maybe let's just do a... Let me get some more regular triggers. No reverb, just to check. Where are you getting your data from now? All right, from here. Maybe I need to find something else to use for the Bard Quartet. I'm not really feeling this, which happens sometimes. I mean, this is the fun for me. Part of the fun of generative music, generative melodies, is that you don't necessarily get what you want. Like, I don't have full control over the melody, which I like. But it makes it annoying when you don't find something that you like. Yeah, let's put something else. Let's not use the amness. I'm not feeling it right now. What can we put in here? Let's use steps. And different melody, maybe. Maybe just a pentatonic. That's what I would have suggested. I'm trying my best. I haven't really used the Beehive's internal clocking, like internal triggering for many things, but I do want to try that. Let's see. It's fine, Davey. We could also go in a very trippy direction. Maybe put the synth up a bit more. You tell me if it's too much. I'm kind of digging it, actually. Get some laser beams. A boatload of acid. It's kind of like, it reminds me of, God, what do you call it in English? Like a stalactite cave. Because it sounds kind of, not trippy, but drippy. I actually really like this. I'm not sure if the rest of my plan works with it, but we're going with it. It was suddenly in different territory. Did we put this through a filter? Oh yeah, we did. But maybe let's try. Yeah. Let's do it with an envelope. I can make it louder. Let's see how this is. Well, if I have sound again. We should have in just a second. Oh, maybe not. Or we're too quick for the other ones. Yes, I do have. I mean, I have a bunch of patch cables on it, but I just have a regular old like output cable from this module going into my audio interface, and I specifically bought a 4-channel audio interface so I can record in stereo. So I could do these streams. So I can have the synth in stereo and my microphone, which wouldn't have been possible with my old interface. Can we do this? Okay. Nice try. Yeah. Yeah, it's a mono, like it's a stereo TRS jack to 2 like big 1/4-inch jacks. And I hope we will get to hear some stereo stuff. This should be like a little bit of stereo, like the reverb. Okay, let's check the what we'll do for the bass. See if that works how I want it to work. Apparently not. I would have liked to use one from the Arct. Oh, right. I didn't. Right. I didn't do a VCA. I wanted to use a VCA. Only got one headphone in. It's a pretty like not that stereo spread patch so far anyway. Let me see. How do I want to do this? Again, I have like only vaguely prepared what and how I want to do things. I can use the second mold, right? Use my second envelope. And slow, hopefully that does it. Hey, we're getting something. It's not a bass line though, because it's way too high for a bass line. Right, this is what I used. This is what I wanted to trigger with as well. Oh, right, I can do this. Maybe. Get this. There we go. Now I need a different trigger. Yeah, it kind of is like being a telephone operator. Again, sorry, I'm just sometimes looking, being so focused on the synth. That I don't necessarily see everything. In the chat. I don't think that's what I wanted to have at all. Patching one module to a filter which has a sound assigned to it, which you can then manipulate via the module. Pretty much. I mean, a filter is specifically a low-pass filter, usually a low-pass filter, like an EQ. Which I mean, we can just get this one, right? If I move the filter, you can see I like do a low pass over the sound. But pretty much, yeah, I'm patching everything from scratch, which means I have sound sources and I have sound modulation, and I have effects. Like everything is can be used to modulate something else. Like right now, I'm using my finger to turn this knob, but why would I use my hand if I can have an LFO do it for me? Sadly, the camera is pretty much fixed on my monitor. If this becomes a regular thing, I will think of something like else. I would love to have a 2-camera setup, like one for me and one right above here, so you can see the synth better. But for trying it out for the first time, this wasn't really feasible. Let's say it like that. Oh my god, we have been here for 40 minutes and we haven't even like come close to being done. See, this seems out of tune now. Whoop, hit the mic. Let me tune it to this note, because this kind of a bass note. Wow, I can't even tell. Let me do. There we go. That's way better. Well, is it way better? It doesn't sound way better now. Wait, that's not the... I think I need to recalibrate my Rides in the Storm dock. So let's not use that, this patch. It was a nice idea, but I'm just not feeling it. But that means we can use my DSP. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let me get rid of the cables I don't need, just so I have a little bit more. I can see a little bit more. Maybe use this for a delay then. Where am I going right now? Makes sense? If you're really good at patching, by the way, which I'm not, as you can tell, you would probably have like color coordinated cables. That makes it easier, right? So that I can see what color, like every single signal chain would be one color, so it's way easier to see. But that doesn't work for me because I would need more cables for that, ironically. Wait a second, that's not right. See, there we go. Not enough cables. Well, I mean, I just bought packs of cables that were colored. If I had bought more like different packs of single colored cables, it would make it easier. Like, I just recently recorded a patch. I showed it to you, Kikon. I called it Oscillation of the Bumblebee because it's pretty much like playing the idea of Flight of the Bumblebee on a modular synth. And while I was patching it, I thought it would be super funny to only use red and yellow cables, but I just didn't have enough, so that sadly didn't work out. But I'm kind of digging this. With the delay, I really like this now. And then this one. This is pretty much the baseline now. I'm liking this more and more. Okay, we're getting back on track. Thankfully. We haven't done any modulation yet. Which is the hard part. No, this wasn't modulation. This was just getting this patch to run. This was just pretty much the sound. I did all those cables. Yeah, this is just the sound. Modulation is best described as... What made it click for me was the term invisible hands. Like what I meant before, which is that I can turn this knob well, let me do it like this, so it's easier to hear. I can turn this knob You see how the sound changes? Oh, you hear how the sound changes, that's to say. Let me turn it up a bit. I can do this, like why would I use my hand for it when I can use, if I can get the freaking cable through. See how I'm not doing anything anymore? This is modulation. But I don't actually want to modulate the filter like that. And I want my inputs back. It's kind of like magic. It feels like magic sometimes. Alright, I didn't even have the... Never change something when you don't have everything in place. That's a pretty hard rule. I may want to involve my modbap hue. Maybe for this sound. To give it more... Because especially when you change volume levels without having everything in place, you may cause clipping. And I'm pretty prone to do that, actually. We get the modbap hue involved, which is one of my favorite effects modules. It was pretty much made for drums, but I rarely patch drums. I have 2... Well, if you count the Pico noise, I have 3. And if you count Beehive, I have some modules that you can use for drums, so I have 2 specific drum modules. And that's pretty low, a pretty low number for a case like this. Because I don't really patch with drums, I like to patch more ambient or dark ambient stuff. But this is a really nice like mono effects chain. It has like there's a nice filter, some drive. What I'm mainly interested in, which is the tape effect. I want to use that pretty heavily to get like a lo-fi thing going. You can hear the tape wobble. I love that. Maybe not with so much drive though. Here's the like little wobbling in the pitch. That's a tape effect. And I think now would be a good time to maybe add some noise as filler. Because we're getting into this like lo-fi kind of zone. And this is something that I just sometimes like to do, which is pretty much just filtered noise. Like filtered colored noise. Just mix it under. Oh, we can use... we can use the monsoon for that. Oh my god. I'm getting way off topic. Yes, the cool thing about Modular Synth is that you can... Right, it's modular, it's in the name. So you use... Turn that down a bit while I talk. So you can customize this to your heart's content. I mainly use it as like a generative ambient music machine. I want to give control to the machine itself and kind of just make up the rule set that it creates music by and manipulate it to shape the sound. While some people might do it for like live performance dance tracks, like very, very like rhythm heavy music. While others might use this as like an effects unit, or they play it with an actual like keyboard and use it as you would use like a standalone synth for like melodies or bass line as like a played instrument. It's so variable because you can just customize it to your heart's content because you buy all of these modules individually. I lost my train of thought again. This is something I would be way quicker if I wasn't streaming. Let's do this. Let's put it through the let's get sidetracked completely once again and put it through the monsoon, which is a, oh my god, all of my cables. I want to go to the monsoon. Yeah, correctly. The monsoon, the After Later Audio monsoon, is a, god, I have to get the names right of all of these. It's a Mutable Instruments Clouds clone. That's the left one, that's the right one. Which means it is a texture synthesizer, a granular texture synthesizer. So let's record something in while I sweep through. Maybe not with that much resonance. But the one that I showed you is the Instro ARPA, which is something similar, but that's the big one that I bought. Maybe like this. Okay. Let's do it. Now I recorded something into the monsoon, though I don't actually need this cable anymore. And now let's see what we get. Oh my god. Some reverb. I like this. Remember, this is just as filler. So we put it under the rest. There's something more going on to fill out the track. Okay. So far, now I'm kind of happy with where we are with the sound. Actually, let me get to a different reverb for this one. I don't even know what it's on right now. I have my handy cheat sheet here. Well, I'm on the wrong one. Let me go to, yes, I love using the void. That's the void. These like three, you can't even see it really, but there are three buttons here that show like when they light up differently what algorithm I'm using. And I just can't remember. Oh yeah, I like this. This has like this dark, foreboding atmosphere that I really like. Maybe an octafier. Or more spaciness. And it makes the texture from a monsoon stand out way more. Okay, now we come to freaking modulation. It's been over an hour and we haven't really gotten anywhere. I mean, we have gotten somewhere. Let me check. I do want to modulate the volume of this with math. Sure. That works for me. Self-cycled. With a bit of an offset, so we just wobble. I just want to both like the left and the right channel of this texture to wobble in volume a bit. Just to have some like organic movement. Right, so we have now the left and the right channel of the texture are kind of like moving. Yeah, there you heard a pretty nice dip there. I like that. And so, just so it doesn't get... just so it does not get boring. Let's modulate math with itself. Like the fall time of channel 4 is now modulating the rise time channel 1 and vice versa. Let's do this one next. I want to get some modulation, obviously, on the filter. I mean, I do have my Bela Gliss here, which is a modulation wonder. But I can also use the Benjamin. I mean, this is not even that full of a patch, even though these are a lot of cables. I like that, it gives like a nice wobble. Ooh, we can put the filter into some self-pinging. And of course I want some modulation on... Actually, let me use... I haven't really used this at all. Let me use the internal envelope of the beehive. I'm on Beehive's second melodic algorithm, by the way. I forgot what it's called. It's the one where you see a sine wave. Just a bit of internal modulation. I have to recheck my cables. Where the fuck's everything going? This goes here. You go here, and you get your sound from there, which goes into here. And that's where the wavefolder is. I may want to get rid of the wave folder. Does this cable reach? It does. Yeah, I like this better. Yeah, I mean on my YouTube, there are a lot of videos and I make sure to show the sticker every single time. I love that as well, and it was very important to me to have something like this on the machine, on the synth. See, this is what I mean. Sometimes I just turn a knob and I didn't expect this to happen. That's something that's so cool about generative music. Let's get some more modulation in here. Well, not a lot. I'm actually quite happy where we are. And let me. I usually don't play my patches. Sometimes I do something, but most of the time I just let it record and occasionally just change something. But now I'm just sitting here. So let me get the glisses actually like in control mode. I'm gonna get these two going. Sure. Let me try something. I don't know if this will work, or if this will sound good. I can stall now, or maybe I can make it quicker actually. Like that. can't really see it. Can I make it visible? Not really, there's so many cables. Ah, kinda. There's like a capacitive strip here that I can actually play. And the same I'm gonna do with my second Balak list. This is the only module I have 2 of, by the way. Maybe not, maybe... Ooh, oh, that tickled something in my brain. We're getting really spacey with this one. Oh, I like this. You know, I wasn't feeling it at first, but now I kinda am. Oh, oops. Change the model. Accent. It can, yeah. I'm happy where we're at. So I actually think now, after literally 1.25 hours, I will just shut up now, let it play for a while, play a little bit with the controls, maybe like 20 minutes or so, and we'll see how it sounds. I think that went pretty well. I'm really happy with that. That was not at all the direction I thought it was going to go. It's very spacey. Yeah, I do feel pretty at home at this. I don't even know if I use the term correctly, but what I think is like dark ambient. So music that is very spacey and that is very loose in the musical sense. Like there's no really defined rhythm, although there are some rhythmic elements to it, but there's no like clear beat going through it. But still work with like some harsher sounds and some like dissonant melodies. So it's not like the typical feel good ambient, which a lot of it is. A lot of it is like really, you can get lost in it in a good way. What I like to do is put in some harsher sounds and like kind of push you out of it a little bit sometimes. And this was really fun. I don't always do music like this with a synth. A lot of the time I do something else, even though this is what I feel most confident in. I'm still learning with the system. And I mean, this was a 1.5 hour stream so far. What do I mean so far? This is pretty much where I'm going to end it. I just want to talk a bit more. And at the beginning, you could see that what I wanted to do didn't really work out, but that's okay. This is like an experimental thing, and it was my first time doing a stream. I didn't want to go in it with like a patch in mind. I feel like that's not that interesting and not that genuine. I like to show that this is a process, always is. And sometimes the things you want to do just don't work out the way you want to do. So you have to adapt. And then you can produce something like what I just did. Not that that was anything amazing, but I like it. And this is an insanely complex instrument, still very much also to me. I'm still learning with my system. Sometimes I just, like when I tried at the beginning to get like a quantized melody going, and I just couldn't really do it the way I wanted to do it with the shift register at the beginning, which I have done in the past, but it just didn't work out this time. And I will work on it again. And this was a lot of fun. And I think 1.5 hours is a good length for a stream. I would have preferred for the actual patching to be a little shorter and for the performance to be a little longer, like maybe 50-50 instead of pretty much, I don't know, 75% or 80% to 20%, which is more what it was now. But yeah, this was really enjoyable. I think I will do this again. Not regularly. This will not become a regular thing like my gaming streams. But from time to time, I will do a modular stream because this is a very different process than what I usually do, patching on my own. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to the 2 modules that are due to arrive. The Instro ARPA, which is, man, I'm intimidated by it. But I'm also really happy to have it in my hands finally, because I've been waiting for that module for a long time now. And of course, the Happy Nerding Effects Aid, which I've already made my firmware. I'm really looking forward to playing with those effects. As you can hear, I love drenching things in reverb. I know that, I mean, you shouldn't just put reverb on everything, but sometimes it's fun. Okay, I'm talking too much. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. Next, I don't know, modular stream. I'm not sure when. Probably maybe once a month we do it. I have to think of something. I will announce it on Blue Sky anyway. And I will upload this not to my usual archive channel, because this belongs on my music channel, obviously. Yeah. That was fun. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it, as per usual. And I will work on some more patches, but probably not tonight. Hope to see you soon, everyone. Bye-bye.